Well, I have got a twist on comfort food for you today. I am going to make chicken spaghetti casserole, and if comfort food's the kind of thing that you like, especially if it's really easy and really delicious, then you have found the right channel. Please go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell because I do come out with new videos every Friday, and that way you will be notified. Welcome back to the Spicy Apron Cooking Show. My name is Heather, and I am here to show you the easiest way to get the best possible results in your kitchen. I've been doing it for 25 years. I've got 2 published cookbooks, and today we are making quick and easy chicken spaghetti casserole. Love this dish. Your family will love it too. All right, we're going to start with some pasta. Now, I have cooked this. It is thin spaghetti. I broke it in half, threw it in the pot. It is cooked to al dente. You definitely do not want to overcook it because then it will stick together and become a big gloppy mess, and you do not want that. Now, let's just go ahead and pour that cooked thin spaghetti into a large bowl. And I do hope this bowl is large enough. I have my doubts looking at it. All right, now that your spaghetti is in the bowl, add 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. Now just go ahead, do not dilute it. Go ahead and pour those in just as they came out of the can. All right, next up is your chicken. Now it's about 2 cups. I used 1 whole rotisserie chicken. You can use any kind of cooked chicken you want, about 2.5 cups. Add that to the pasta and the soup. Now, before I go further, I am going to give this a quick stir because the bowl is getting very full. Now, you really do want to make sure that that spaghetti is coated with that creamy chicken soup. Okay? Now for some more good stuff. This is what I call it comfort food. Cheese. Important note about the cheese. I grated this off the block for a casserole. It is super important to do it. You can use pre-shredded cheese, but what happens is that they coat the cheese with a coating so it doesn't stick together in the store, which means it's not gonna be melty and gooey in your casserole. So for casseroles, definitely use cheese off the block and grate it yourself. It is worth that extra step. I've got 3 cups here. I'm only going to put 2 in, and I'm saving the last cup to top off the casserole. And to the cheese, add 1 cup of chicken broth. If you made your chicken yourself in a pot, you're free to use the chicken water that it cooked in. That would work just as well. And add some seasonings. Now I have seasoned salt and cayenne pepper. So go ahead, and by the way, the full recipe link is below. It links to the spicyapron.com, which is my food blog. And now add, and this makes it so pretty, my family calls it the Christmas casserole because of the colors, some red pepper and green pepper. Make sure they're pretty finely diced because you're not cooking them before they go in the casserole, so you don't want too many big pieces of super crunchy stuff. A little bit goes a long way. So finely dice the bell pepper, red and green. Look how pretty that is. Again, it kind of feels like Christmas time. This actually would be This actually would be a fantastic dish to serve for a crowd if you got people visiting over the holidays. All right, a finely minced small onion. You can really smell those flavors coming together. Now, do not forget your salt and pepper. Just go ahead and grind away. You guys all know by now, I always use freshly ground pepper. It really does add a lot more peppery flavor. And of course, some salt. Now, a note on salt. You guys know that I am not shy about salt. However, the canned cream of chicken soup does have a fair amount of salt, so you don't want too much salt going on. So I start with about a teaspoon, and then I will taste it and add from there if I need to. All right, everything is in this bowl. I'm gonna mix it up and throw it into a casserole dish, and then we're gonna bake it for 45 minutes. And don't laugh at me as I mix this, because I might make a mess. And since we're working on a comfort food type of dish, I'm curious, do you guys eat comfort food only in the fall and winter, or do you go for comfort food year-round? I am a year-round comfort food kind of person. Go ahead and put in the comments below, year-round comfort food or seasonal. I won't hold it against you, I promise. All right, this is really well mixed. Let me grab the casserole dish and I am going to try to gracefully pour it in that. Okay, I have lightly sprayed my casserole dish with non-stick cooking spray. I do that when I cook pasta because I don't want any sticking to the bottom. All right, grab all of your yumminess and go ahead and just pour it right into your casserole dish. And make sure you scrape out the rest of what's in the bottom. Look at all of that yumminess that's in there. All right, now spread it out into an even layer. You definitely want to heat this through evenly. It is important to note, everything is fully cooked that needs to be cooked, but you want to stick it in the oven to have all of those flavors come together and be melty and bubbly, and that's what comfort food's all about. Okay, first of all, look at that. I mean, we're not even done yet, and look at how fabulous that looks. You can see why my family calls it the Christmas casserole. Okay. Oops, let me get rid of that. Rogue spaghetti. Okay, so the rest of the cheese, now we're gonna sprinkle it on top. And I'm telling you, just by feeling the texture of this cheese, it really does make a huge difference to grate your own when we're talking casseroles. Okay, I'm gonna cover it with tin foil. I'm gonna bake it at 350 degrees for 45 minutes, and that's it. Dinner is served, and I'll show you how yummy and creamy and cheesy and gooey and fabulous this dish is. Okay, here we have it. First, I have to say, it smells fabulous. I'm always talking to you guys about the smells, fabulous, and you cannot imagine how easy this was to make. You don't even need to tell anybody how easy it was. All right, let's dig in so you can see that yummy, creamy, chicken spaghetti casserole. Oh, it is just fabulous. Look at that. Holy smokes. That is some serious comfort food. Wow. Okay, it's cheesy, it's chickeny, it's loaded with flavor. Your family is going to love this just like mine will tonight for dinner. So if this video helped you come up with another idea for a super easy, super tasty comfort food recipe, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe. And also, if you're looking for another tasty comfort food casserole dish, I've got this video with my loaded baked potato chicken casserole. It is my #1 YouTube video and the #1 blog post on thespicyapron.com. Thank you for tuning in to the Spicy Apron Cooking Show. Happy cooking and happy comfort food eating. Oh, I'm speechless. We'll see you next time.